very best meal replacement bar on planet Earth. So before I even get into that, weight loss coaches and folks like me in general talk a lot about fat burning foods. Fat burning foods, foods that indicates that there's food that burns fat. That's a common mantra that you hear in weight loss programs, in bodybuilding magazines, etc. Fat burning foods. In fact, there's really no such thing as a fat burning food. There are foods that support us when we're in a efficient fat burning mode, and then there are foods that don't. There are foods that cause a lot of blood flow to the digestive system so that we expend more energy. And I guess that's the closest thing you could say to this food is fat burning, meaning that you're consuming it. And while you're in efficient fat burning mode, your body has to tap in to stored energy in the form of fat to even break that food down. So you can make the case that a food is a fat burning food that way. But really, we have to watch every single calorie. And I like meal replacements for people who are trying to lose weight, because if it's Shibboleth approved, it takes the guesswork out. It can get you laser lock focused on your goals till you get the weight off. It can supply adequate protein without me having to worry about what's on your plate. And it's automatically portion controlled so that staying in a calorie deficit more easily. Study after study shows that when people estimate their calories, they generally speaking underestimate by 400 plus calories a day. So a lot of folks can be frustrated thinking they're in a calorie deficit when, because of how they're putting the food on their plate and having a little more than they should, they can underestimate the calories, especially if you're using like a MyFitnessPal app or something and just pulling up your food. And, you could have an extra ounce of each food on the plate, and that app is going to way be underestimating what your calories. So it can give you a false sense of calorie deficit. By the way, everybody here, just as a reminder, if you're a calorie counter, you don't have to be with Shibboleth, but if you are, it's a good kind of a check math thing, just making sure you're keeping yourself in check. Your calories should be around your ideal weight times 8. So meaning if you want to weigh 150 pounds, then I think that's 1,200, right? So you should be at about 1,200 calories a day. If you want to be 200 pounds, about 1,600 calories a day while you're in the weight loss mode. So meal replacements, Mighty Muffin, the ProFlex bar, these can be fantastic because they control calories and control insulin. But I want to talk today about the very best meal replacement bar on the planet Earth. And the only plant other than genetically modified soy, which we don't want to do much of, it's the only plant that's good for you. It's vegan, non-allergenic, and it contains all of the essential amino acids, meaning you have to consume these essential amino acids because your body does not produce them on its own. It's the only plant that I know of that you can find nothing wrong with that has all of those essential amino acids. And I've told people before, if it was the middle of the zombie apocalypse and I had to take one food with me that I could have an endless supply of, it wouldn't be my favorite tasting food, which would be spaghetti or seafood. No, it would be these so that I might prolong life. Does anybody know what it is? That's right, a hemp bar, a good old hemp bar. So for lunch today, and what I love about these hemp bars, and I want to talk to you about the benefits of them. What I love about these is they're not processed. These are handmade bars. They come from Canada. I'll never forget getting my first one in my mailbox when I lived in Adairsville, Georgia. And I thought, what the heck is this thing? And then that's what caused me to do the deep dive and the research on hemp hearts, hemp seed, hemp flakes. And I was astonished at the benefits. So we got every kind of topping from them imaginable. I'm going to do a walnut one today. I love the walnut. If you're looking to make the bar a little more moist, you want to go with the fruit toppings. I've got a strawberry topping here. 1/3 of this bar, 1/3, it's huge. Look at this thing. It's 1/3 of the bar is filling and makes for an amazing meal replacement. 1/4 of the bar is filling and it makes for a tremendous Shibboleth approved snack. Now you've got European chocolate on here. You've got an amazing organic topping, but the real magic is in the hemp hearts. Now, there's a couple of challenges I'm going to tell you all about too today. Make sure you check your WOW challenges because there's some good challenges using these bars. But I really want to talk to our folks that have different various medical conditions. This may be a few days during the month. You might want to incorporate a couple of the challenges that I'm going to talk about. And a day for me using these, let me digress a minute, might look like for breakfast, an egg white omelet, for lunch, 1/3 of a hemp bar, and then for dinner, my lean protein and fibers carb like fish and green beans or fish and squash. That's a day for me. No grazing in between. It's just that's how I live. I get up, have my Mighty Muffin, my 1/3 of a hemp bar, and then a whole food red column meal, and I just drop weight like crazy. Or I might get up and have my 1/3 of a hemp bar, and then for lunch, maybe have something light like a high protein soup. And then for dinner, there I am again, having me a little piece of steak and some asparagus tips, stuff like that. That's how we knock the weight off, okay? Will the homemade hemp bar and recipes work the same? It's not as good because if I'm not mistaken, I haven't made one in so long. It was imitation honey. It's the only way we could get it to work. I think it was imitation honey that I used. And the peanut butter, you're going to end up with a lot more calories. But if you don't do these hemp bars, that would be the way to go. That would be better than a processed hemp bar because you can buy those now too. We ruin everything here in the States when it comes to nutrition. All right, so benefits of your hemp bars are through the roof. Okay, number one, they're high in protein. It's going to slow down any blood sugar rise you get. A lot of people ask, well, all this chocolate, what about my blood sugar? Your blood sugar is going to come up if you're having the bar. What the bar is meant to do is make hemp hearts more enjoyable to consume and to put it in a convenient way that you can consume it and enjoy it, to make it better than the mass marketed meal replacement bars or protein bars. This is high in protein. It's plant-based protein with all 9 essential amino acids, so it's very absorbable, and it slows down the blood sugar rise compared to if you were having a chocolate bar. They're rich in healthy fats, omega-3 and omega-6 fats in the right ratio, just the way God intended. This is essential fats for anti-inflammatory benefits, which helps reduce cholesterol, brain health, and heart health. They're high in fiber, and the kind of fiber and the ratio of insoluble to soluble fiber that's in here not only slows down blood sugar elevation, but it also helps keep things moving through the digestive tract. And hemp hearts have that type of fiber that clings to toxins on its way out through the drought, so to speak, so that you can pull toxins out of your system. It contains amazing amounts of micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, even has vitamin E, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, magnesium. Fantastic bar when you're in a calorie deficit and intermittent fasting to help offset any cramps that you get. Heart health, fabulous for heart health because it has arginine in it. You don't see arginine in too many plants, but you do have arginine in these, and that also helps your body produce nitric oxide, which is good for all kinds of things. Definitely good for the heart. Good for your hair health, your skin health. I do have hair, okay, so nobody making fun. I have hair. I just have a little donut up here, and I prefer to be bald. Somebody said the other day, if they're so good for that, why are you bald? Because I don't like that little donut up there. But anyway, skin health, very good for your skin, your hair, your nails, elasticity of skin. and it definitely aids in digestion. There's some ways that you should consider using these. When we come out with those, the type days in your journal where it says perfect day, tiger, divine, all these days, we're getting so many type of days that we're soon going to pull those over to your profile so you can only have what you want to show up in that Dropbox. But one of the type days that I have that I'm going to teach everybody is a hemp day. And if you have medical issues, underlying medical issues, autoimmune issues, various issues, they're usually autoimmune issues are usually related to the roots and leaves of plants. But here you can get all the benefits of plant-based eating without that problem. So we're going to have like a hemp type of day where you can do various hemp challenges. And the more those days you can incorporate, you don't have to live that every day. Let me digress again. I think one of the problems is that people they hear the benefits of, say, a carnivore day, or they hear the benefits of plant-based, a vegan day, a vegan type lifestyle, but they're not sustainable. Study after study has showed that just by incorporating these types of days throughout your month, you can get the benefits of as if you were living a vegan lifestyle, but yet without the downside of it. So having those days during the month where you maybe pick out 5 or 6 days a month where you have a hemp type of day is really going to produce a lot of benefits, if not more than if you lived totally plant-based. So days look like this. So you might want to do a hemp bar. They give it to you in this package. They use it to treat various disease, especially in Canada. So you could start your day and this be your complete ration. You could almost have this like a fasting type day. Like King David said, I ate nothing that was pleasant. These are pleasant, but meaning he didn't allow himself to have a full variety. So here you could eat this entire bar, just graze off of it. We don't like grazing, but you could graze off this bar up until 4 p.m. and then shut it down. And then for dinner, maybe just have you some salad greens with nothing on it. You don't need to add any protein or anything. That's a really powerful day. Another thing you can do is, believe it or not, have a huge salad. I think there's a WOW challenge showing how I do this, but I got one of those little cheap bamboo bowls, and I put all kinds of leafy greens in there, raw carrots, bell peppers, all kinds of just olives, all kinds of stuff in this big, robust salad. And then I'll use a homemade Catalina dressing, and I'll put 5 to 8 tablespoons of hemp hearts and or hemp flakes, and I'll graze on that all day. You'll be shocked at the results. And the more type days you do like this during your month, the better. See, some days I feel like a nut, some days I don't. So my state of mind's always changing, and yours is too, I bet. So just every day is a new day and a new type of lifestyle that you can have, right? So tomorrow you get up, you have a certain day that you've planned on having, and you stick with that day. You declare you're going to do it, and you finish strong. And then the next day you want to do something different, you can. So this is a great way to have a vegan or plant-based day. We call it a divine day in the Dropbox right now, but it's just an amazing way to even have what I call a training wheel fast, where you don't totally fast, but you're having something like this. So awesome stuff. Wanted to remind you of that. And it is pretty good. Should you eat after 4 p.m., Lisa? It's better if you had to eat some of this bar, if this was all you were having all day, you would be fine to eat it after 4, but it's got that European chocolate in it. So any blood sugar elevation is going to hold you back after 4 p.m. from losing body fat. So you're not going to lose max body fat if you're having the chocolate after 4 p.m. But if you were going to eat a meal replacement bar after 4 p.m., this is still the way to go. If you've noticed, most meal replacement bars, I caution about eating them after 4 p.m. To check out some of the great WOW hemp challenges. WOW stands for War on Weakness. We are exercising self-discipline with our WOW type days. They're meant to be quirky, fun, weird, but help you lose up to a pound a day while promoting self-discipline. And there's a lot of them that are focused around hemp hearts, hemp flakes, and the hemp bars, and even the hemp crumbles and the little man squares. Some great stuff. Check out your WOW challenges. You can find WOW challenges in resources, and then challenges, and then you'll find WOW, War on Weakness. Declare war on your weakness one day at a time, and enjoy those hemp heart, hemp flake, hemp bar challenges. There are 4 pillars to wellness when it comes to the Shibboleth lifestyle. There's faith, there's good solid nutrition, there's exercise, and there's supplementation. When you're putting in this much effort, you got to make sure that you're filling in all of those nutrient gaps and deficiencies so that you can get the most out of your effort and you can promote overall wellness and longevity. I recommend Peak Performance. I've never seen anything like it. Peak Performance is 65 nutrients, valuable nutrients, essential nutrients, minerals, so many different things. This thing is loaded with everything that the body needs. The scientists, the medical advisory board, they've put together the best product that I have ever seen. And it comes in an AM pack and a PM pack. This will ensure that you get all of your nutrient gaps and deficiencies filled so that you can maximize your overall wellness and your weight loss program. So make sure that you get on Peak Performance.